Sure.
7 people from the dead. His team has raised 500 from the dead.
No. No one has ever been raised from the dead miraculously. At best, some people have been able to be brought back after they've had, like, heart death or whatever. But, like, that's not magic. No one's ever magically brought someone back from the dead. That's not how anything works.
Do you want to find out how? You may come handy someday. Now, David Hogan has spent over 40 years helping unreached people groups in Mexico. And in fact,
Unreached people? Are there any unreached people in Mexico? I would doubt it.
in fact, you were told the exact city you were to go to, region you were to go to. How'd that happen?
Angel of the Lord came.
This reenactment is my new favorite thing.
There was I had a vision. 360, like an IMAX. And I was shown a mountain range. And then it was up to me to find it.
Well, you found it.
I found it.
You got there.
I made it.
And you got shocked because they were very different than the people you were used to. I mean, witch doctor.
This guy looks like Ron Swanson's gross brother.
And demon worshippers, and you had no paradigm for that.
No, sir. There's not. Not where I come from, here in America, Louisiana. It's not there.
Well, tell me, what is, I have an idea. Most people, if they weren't called and they bumped into that, their first exposure, they would quit.
Someone posted a Wikipedia page on Unreached People. In Christianity, an unreached people group refers to an ethnic group without an indigenous self-propagating Christian church movement. I thought they meant, like, people who have not been contacted by the outside world, not just groups that are non-Christian. I would still find that, I would think that would be pretty rare in Mexico, considering how popular Catholicism is in Latin America, but whatever.
What did you do?
Jesus asked me to go. That's what I did. There's your answer.
Look at these people like, yeah, that sounds reasonable. Yep. The creator of the universe told this white guy to go and spread the message in Mexico. That makes sense. I really wish people were a little less, credulous in regard to this kind of thing.
He asked me if I'd do it. So the answer is yes.
So you stuck it out, but what did you do? How did you pray? What did you do about, I mean, what do you, for instance, let me give you an example. He's talking to a witch doctor, and before his very eyes, now you most of you don't have a clue about what I'm ready to tell you. It's never even crossed your radar. What did he turn into?
First time it was a bat.
Oh, no. That's probably pretty insensitive. I'm gonna be real with you. Oh, no. Oh. This is awful. This is awful.
Actually saw him, and
There was a man.
yeah.
Turned the flashlight on to himself and went into a creature.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what it looked like. Yep, this really definitely must have happened. For real.
I saw that with my eyes, yes, sir.
He's like Man-Bat.
How how did you get it into your head you wanted to raise the dead?
All right. That's a fair question. Thanks. I was, all right. I took the Bible apart, put it in notebooks where I could understand it. Each man had his own notebook. Each section of God's Bible had its own notebook. I made a list of the miracles of the men's prayer life, the fasting, their marriages, their children, everything, how God responded to them and how they approached God. And I chose out of the whole list of all the miracles down through the historical events of the Bible, I chose dead raising. And my wife asked me to, let's start lower. Headaches, different things. But I'm not that kind of human being. If God can do it, let's do it.
Well, stop being so credulous. And again, I'm not even talking about your like religious beliefs in regard to being a Christian. If you want to be a Christian, fine. That's like your right. But stop believing every grifter who comes to you and says they've done a ridiculous thing just because they say God let them do it. Like, even if you believe in God, why do you think this person is not lying to you about what happened to them and what they've done through God? There's specific commandments about this, about bearing false testimony and making sure that people aren't taking the Lord's name in vain by claiming that, like, God let me do this miraculous thing. You know? The Bible warns you about people like this. Stop falling for grifters who use your faith against you.
David, how long did you contend for raising the dead before you saw your first dead person come?
All right, there you go. That was a 4-year fight with these witch doctors. It got really bumpy for me. I lost more than I gained during this time. And then I went out to a very normal day for me. Get up, pray 3 or 4 hours, seek God, load up my 4-wheel drive, go out to the mountain. And I get out of my truck, and this man asked me, David,
would you please come and pray
would you please come and pray for my son? And what's the matter? Well, he's sick. So I walk with him through the woods. I mean, you got to understand, in my world, the 25 or 30 pastors were walking.
Why, like, I understand that they're working on a limited budget, but could they not just, like, go out to the actual woods and film? Did they need to just darken a room and fill it with some plastic plants and pretend it's the forest?
Through the jungle, the smell, it's awesome to me. Whereas other people
Ooh, they got B-roll.
I find it great. And I started hearing this lady screaming, and we went right.
I do agree, though. They were very generous in casting this guy as this actor. This actor looks, you know, like he could be if you're into this, an attractive guy. He's got sort of a low-rent Kurt Russell thing going on.
Right to that hut. I get there, and
it sure is a hut
house,
made of bamboo.
Grass roof.
You know, all the bamboo that you find in Mexico.
Look me right in the...
Does bamboo grow in Mexico? Bamboo, Mexico. Are there wild bamboo? We got Mexican weeping bamboo. Maybe I learned something new today. Neat. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day.
Face, pointed his finger in my face. My son is dead, now you do something about that. Well, look, I'm an 8th generation preacher. My family's not new to this, but nobody's ever been asked that question. So I went in the hut, followed him, and when I get in there, it's not like, there's not angels, there's not awesome, There's a little dead boy with a mama holding him screaming. There's black magic warlocks. There's spiritist healers. They're my enemy. They don't.
Wait, how do you know it wasn't the witch doctors, though? I mean, they were preying on him with their, like, voodoo spells or whatever. I know it's not voodoo. Voodoo is a specific thing. But, like, their, you know, whatever magic, traditional, like, medicine thing that they were doing. Why do you assume it was your thing that worked?
They don't love Jesus, and they hate me. I turn around, look at the mom. She backs away from her son. He's a 9-year-old boy. He's been dead for 5 hours. I kneel down over this boy. I've never seen it before. I don't know how to go about it. I know that Jesus, Elijah, all these guys raised the dead, but I have no experience at all. I just have biblical research for that. I laid my hands on this boy, tried to find a heartbeat, put my ear down, normal pressure points. He's gone. He's still, pigment in his skin, his coloration is gone. Started praying, prayed in tongues first, because that seems like the best answer.
Why? Why would that be the best answer instead of trying to get them to a doctor? You know, the people who actually study medicine and know how to help individuals who are suffering from illnesses?
It didn't work. Prayed in English, of course that's going to work. Didn't work. Prayed in Spanish. That didn't work either. Then I went into Indian, and then I just started weeping and crying, asking God for mercy, because it was really hot in there, probably 115 degrees inside the hut.
Yes, Mama and Daddy.
Probably an hour of prayer,
They need
and
help.
just all of a sudden, there was a heartbeat in the little boy's arm. I had a hold of his pressure point.
So you sat there for an hour until the kid naturally got better on his own, and then you claimed victory, despite the fact that there had been other people who were witch doctors, whatever that means. I'd imagine they would probably describe themselves more as traditional medicine men. They also were there, but you claimed victory. For what reason? On what are you basing the fact that you did that? Or God did that? Seems like you just were in the room when he got better, and then you're like, I did this. I win.
And I felt a thump, and then it stopped. But what was the most important to me, which is all important, I had a little T-shirt on. I saw that little Tshirt Bounce. And when I did...
What? You don't see people's chest move when their hearts beat. What?
It really freaked me out. And I look up, and the dad sitting there, he had seen also the little Tshirt Bounce.
What?
And
I've made a terrible mistake in assuming this story happened at all. He might just be making this all up. Maybe he never went to Mexico. Who knows?
I said, did you see that? He said, yes. I said, it works.
Yes.
It works. It actually works to trust heaven and believe the name of Jesus. In about probably 3 minutes, maybe 5, on and off heartbeat, and finally it got steady and strong, and then his coloration came, then he got flexible again, and then his eyes opened, and he's raised from the dead.
David,
What a fantastic child actor.
if you have the faith to raise someone from the dead, you have the faith for any miracle in the Bible. Anything, am I right?
I believe that's right, sir.
Anything in the Bible. I want to learn how he prayed for the dead, but I also want to hear about some of these amazing creative miracles that are happening when he prays. Be right back.
This is
Family.
ridiculous.
This is Sid Roth. Welcome to my world where it's naturally supernatural. If you've been blessed by this show, please subscribe.
Does this guy, like, do just Christianity stuff, or is it, like, all sorts of supernatural stuff that he promotes? Guar Stoneskin. Oh, hey! How you doing? I think I know who this is. Thank you for continuing your subscription. Lucas Dawn. Just Jesus stuff. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping that it would be all kinds of stuff, but yeah, we'll add them to the list of people to watch regularly.
Then click the bell so you won't miss a single episode of It's Supernatural. Isn't that amazing? People that have literally... tell me about that one older woman that died.
Yeah.
Alright, that's gonna be it for them for today, though. I can only deal with so much.